At first, please let me express my congratulations for EBUP to organize this online event in a perfect manner. Today, my subject are Earth building in climate crisis. Climate crisis and EPDs are subjects about today everybody is speaking. And I would like to focus on the project of the Dachverband Lehm. We have carried out some research works for the last years. And some of these problems for which I would like to introduce already Pete has started, and we have really the question at the beginning, reduction of the climate crisis, what the building industry can contribute. And already Pete reported the same numbers that 40% of global carbon emissions are produced by the building sector, or we have in the European community the plan of 55 or 60% carbon emissions to reduce the reduction until 2030 and zero until 2050. Yesterday, we have heard new dates from the European Commission, from the President, and that means these numbers are currently in discussion. Pete already mentioned that it is necessary to reduce the enormous amounts of mineral waste from building processes. And he put the number for UK and the corresponding number for Germany are the number about 130 million of tons of digging out material, which is produced by the building industry currently. And our question is about to find solutions about techniques for resalvation of clay materials for production of earth building materials, how we can reduce the amounts of mineral waste from building processes. If we use such numbers, we need instruments to quantify inputs and corresponding outputs of a production system on the basis of standardized procedures. And these documents or these instruments are environmental product declarations. Using EPDs, an objective comparison of inputs, outputs in earth material production, as if we understand this as a part of the building industry with other mineral building products is possible. For those who are not familiar with the document Environmental Product Declaration, EPD, what this is, I would like to show some aspects. EPD are voluntary standards, commitments, or guarantees provided by producers, organizations, and quality assurance associations that document the environmental performance of, in our case, clay building products in form of a certificate awarded by external bodies. That means there's a difference to earth building standards in Germany, like DINs. We have four DINs for different earth building product categories, and they are issued from the German national standards body. This is the difference to this document EPD. And already Pete has mentioned the principle of life cycle assessment, which is the core of EPD documents. These EPDs are verified by an independent third party, and EPDs reach out a certificate for assessed earth building product, earth building in our case. And of course, they contain different environmental aspects. The preliminary stage of an EPD are product category rules for a specific product category based on a standard and on a standardized life cycle assessment for the shown European or even international standards. The Dachverband Lehm develops and operates EPDs for different standardized earth building products using, and this is new, producers' primary information in the frame of two project parts in the last year, and currently we are in the second stage of this project until March 2022. On this base, or on the base of the results of this project, it is and will be possible to compare in and output flows of all earth building products and other appropriate building materials. This is very important because only on this base we can show that earth building products in terms of sustainability perform better than other mineral products. Those who already has worked with life cycle assessments diagrams know this diagram. This diagram on the base of the EN 15804 defines the system boundaries of such a production system. And in our project, we act on the material levels. That means the EPDs and PCRs we have analyzed are for 4 different product categories. These are materials which are based by German DINs. So our system boundary is from cradle is the number 2. You see right in the picture of the slides, the number 2, the system from cradle to gate with selected options. We have used this red parts. You see the LCA diagram is separated in such a manner. So, and sorry. Yes, these are the EPD project results from this first stage. part 1 and part 2, you see the EPDs, the PCRs, and the other documents you need. And these are results, the leading of the leading indices, the leading parameters. PET, this is the primary energy total for different process schemes. The numbers A, C, D, and B are standing for 4 different earth plaster mortar technologies we have identified by the producers' data. And you see that in results that for all 4 production schemes, the requirement of primary energy is considerably lower than for other mineral plasters like lime and cement plaster, gypsum plaster. And the second leading parameter is the gross warming potential. Here you have in principle the same picture. The gross warming potential is in 3 analyzed production schemes up to 2 powers of 10 lower compared with other types of plaster, cement, lime, and gypsum plaster. So that means that by quantifying all these processes, we can show the performance, the better performance in the most important parameters for describing the environmental performance of earth building products. Currently, the development of LCE for earth building materials is only at the very beginning. That means we need more data produced by earth building materials producers. And so if we have more data, and this will be the result of the second part of our project, with more results, we are enabled to much better present the ecological benefits of earth building materials to all decision makers in building process. Yes, earth buildings, this may be the last point. Earth EPDs are useful instruments for quantifying input-output flows of a building product system. They enable a comparison of different mineral building materials. By this way, they can contribute to the reduction of carbon emissions. And finally, this was our starting point, to contribute in reducing the climate crisis. Thank you for attention.